guys! So today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Get Out. Now before seeing this movie I had read several different reviews. This movie was getting critical acclaim, people were saying nothing but good things about it. But after I went and saw it, I was honestly a little bit disappointed. Now hold the phone before you start typing in the comments that I'm a hater of this movie. I'm not a hater, I just don't think it was as good as people are making it out to be. Or maybe I'm just too simple-minded and I couldn't follow the plot properly, I don't know. So just a quick heads up before I continue on here, this video will contain spoilers. If you haven't seen this movie and you do plan on seeing it at some point in time and you don't want to get spoiled, click off this video now. You have been warned. And also, this is 100% my personal opinion. If you agree with me or you disagree with me, that's fine, we all have our own opinions, this is mine. So Get Out is pretty easy to follow from the beginning. We're focusing on an interracial couple, Chris and Rose, as they're going to go visit Rose's family for the weekend. And this is the first time that Chris has met her family. We've got her dad, Dean, who's a neurosurgeon, her mother, Missy, who is a psychiatrist, and her brother, Jeremy, who, honest to God, is just really freaking weird. But once Chris and Rose get to the family's house, it's pretty freaking easy to tell that there's something wrong with the parents, too. Also living at the house are Georgina and Walter, the black maid and groundskeeper. So Chris and Rose get there, everything's good, they're chatting with the parents, and the parents find out about Chris's smoking habit. Now, Dean and Missy are not very happy about Chris smoking, especially Missy. She doesn't like the idea of Chris smoking in front of Rose. So because she's a psychiatrist, she offers to hypnotize him to get rid of his smoking habit, which at first he says no to because he finds it really weird, the whole concept. But he ends up getting hypnotized, and I swear to God, the way Missy hypnotizes people is she uses a teacup, and there was, honest to God, 5 minutes, or at least what felt like 5 minutes, of her freaking stirring a spoon in this teacup and tapping the inside of it with a spoon. And I'm not kidding here when I say that this was my personal hell. Honestly, if I was able to, I would have reached through the screen and smashed the absolute out of that teacup. It was driving me nuts. So Chris ends up getting hypnotized, and Missy tells him to sink to the floor, and he ends up going to the sunken place. Now, I had no idea what the heck the sunken place was. Like, I thought it was a term that was made up specifically for the movie. I thought it wasn't a real thing. But if you actually search sunken place into the internet, you actually get something. So we're gonna be all smarty pants here and get my fake glasses on. So when you search up the sunken place into the internet, the first thing you get is dissociation for psychology. So in psychology, dissociation is any of a wide array of experiences from mild detachment from immediate surroundings to more severe detachment from physical and emotional experience. Now there's one big part that I forgot to mention. Chris was asked by Rose's parents about his own parents and, you know, what they were like, and he told them that his dad left when he was younger and that his mother was killed in a hit and run, and he harbors guilt for that because he just sat there and watched television. He didn't call 911 or do anything, and she just was out on the road and died alone, which obviously is a very harrowing experience and a very sad image to think about, but that was present within the hypnosis when Missy was hypnotizing Chris, was talking about his mother, and then he was put into the sunken place. But at the end of it all, it cured his smoking habit, and these glasses can go bye-bye. I honestly think as a viewer that I wasn't able to follow the movie as well as I could have, because seriously, they were very vague about what was going on. Like, obviously there were weird things happening, and it was obvious that there was some weird like going on behind the scenes, but we never really like got more direct hints. Like, the hints didn't have to be that direct, they could still be slightly subtle, but a little bit more direct so the viewer, you know, has a bit more of an idea about what's going on. Either that, or like I said before, I'm just so simple-minded that I didn't catch on. I don't know. Now for the last quarter of the movie, which in my opinion was a huge mind. It turns out that Rose was in on everything. Her family was basically kidnapping black people and using hypnosis to condition their minds so that Dean, the dad, who's a neurosurgeon, could basically implant the consciousness of his older friends into the bodies of younger black people because they had created some sort of means of pseudo-immortality. God, that makes my brain hurt. So what was going to happen to Chris was he was forever going to remain in the sunken place. Like, his consciousness was forever going to remain in the sunken place, while the consciousness of whoever was, you know, implanted into his body would control his body and have his body as their own, while his consciousness was trapped in the sunken place forever. And this concept is made very vague throughout the movie. Like, there's never, you know, a real mention of anything remotely close to it. So maybe, again, that's why I found it hard to follow. Maybe I didn't pick up on the hints like I've said for like the third time in this video. I don't know, but it just didn't really work for me. So I had a hard time keeping track of what the heck was going on. So at the end of the film, Chris is like, I've had enough of this, breaks out, he kills Jeremy, he kills Dean, he kills Missy, and Rose goes after him with a freaking shotgun. And basically all of them die, and Chris gets rescued by his TSA buddy Rod, who is a freaking hilarious character. Good job, Rod. Even though you're a made-up character, the actor who portrayed you, oh my god, I love Rod. And thinking back on me saying I love Rod, that sounds really weird when you have a sick mind. Oh dear god. Alright, so now my final summary of this movie. Did I like it? It was different. It wasn't like bad, but again, for however many times I've said this, I found it hard to follow. And I felt as if everything, like the action and, you know, the dun, 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 like all that, you know, the realizations about what's going on, everything was like all stuffed into the end. Like, if it was more evenly spread, I might have been able to follow it easier, but it wasn't like horrible. So before people start shitting on me in the comments and calling me a hater and saying that I'm being mean, first of all, have you ever heard of a term called the differing opinions? And secondly, you might go see this movie and you might love it. And that's your opinion. But I have mine, and I'm kind of on the fence. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. So I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 stars. It's something that I wouldn't go see again, but I didn't hate it. But anyways, there you go, you guys. That was my review for the movie Get Out. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. And leave in the comments below what your opinion on this movie was if you've seen it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you meh, kind of like me? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Keep being awesome, guys, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Bye.